you can hold yourself more accountable. When you write down a schedule of what you got to do this week, it's much more likely you're going to do that stuff. And even if you fail a couple times in regards to like skipping a workout or something, chances are you're going to do a lot more than if you didn't write anything down.
Hi guys, my name's Jose Gutierrez, and I was wondering if you have any main tips or structures that you think self-trained martial artists should follow. The reason why I'm asking is because I live in a really small town where there's nowhere to train, so I had to train myself. Thank you very much.
What's up, Jose? Thanks so much for your question, and it's a great one because so many people probably have the same question and deal with the same issue in the fact that they don't have the training partners or resources or gyms around them to make sure they're able to improve their Muay Thai. So when it comes to a self-taught martial artist, there's a bunch of different things to consider. I'm going to go over 3 main training tips, not training tips, but like types of training, and then 3 tips to get the most out of your training solo. So the first 3 methods of training are: number 1, the heavy bag. And I know not everyone has room for a heavy bag, or you might not have the money for the heavy bag, but it is worth the investment, and it's worth figuring out how to get a heavy bag wherever you live, whether it's a park nearby or outside or inside. The heavy bag is going to be your number 1 training partner, because you can train with this any time of day, any day of the week. They're always there, right? And with training partners, you kind of have to count on them whether they're going to show up or not. With this, it's always going to be here. And it's just a great way to add to your power, your explosive techniques, your footwork so you can move around. And the heavy bag is it's been my favorite training tool. It's probably everybody that you know in Muay Thai or combat sports has put in endless hours on the heavy bag, and that's how they're able to really sharpen their technique and improve their conditioning as well. So if you can, get a heavy bag. You can also make a heavy bag. There's a bunch of tutorials out there on how to make like tire bags or make similar things to this, or you can buy one online. There's plenty of resources out there, so make sure to check that out. The second training method I would recommend is shadowboxing, right? So shadowboxing is great because you can really focus on your footwork, your movement, and tightening up your technique. And it's also a great aerobic workout too. The thing about self-training or self-taught martial artists though, is that it's really easy to kind of just go through the motions and not be focusing while you're doing this kind of stuff because no one is watching you, right? So it's easy to kind of slack off. So it's really important that you stay mentally there, mentally focused, and you have some type of intention behind all your training sessions. And especially with shadowboxing, it's important that you do some visualization. So this way you pretend that someone's in front of you. So this way when you do spar or do train with other people, it's not like crazy, like, oh my God, someone's in front of me now, moving around, trying to punch me. If you're able to still work on your defense, move around, and work on the footwork and combinations, once someone gets put in front of you, it won't be too out of the blue and you'll be able to hold your own. So you got the heavy bag, you got shadowboxing, and then you got strength and conditioning. And that includes running, swimming, biking, weightlifting, body weights, yoga, all that kind of stuff. And you can do this with or without anybody. And so it's really important so that you develop this athletic base, this strength base, and this aerobic base, so this way you can train for longer and really improve your Muay Thai technique as well. So there's a bunch of resources out there. You got Funk Roberts, who I've interviewed on the podcast. He has a bunch of different bodyweight workouts. You don't need any equipment on his YouTube channel. You can check that out. And also my buddy Mike Zhang also created a fat shredder kickboxing program that's primarily body weight exercises mixed in with some shadowboxing exercises. And so if you're looking for like a program to follow to get in better shape and just kind of walk you through the entire I think it's a 12-week program, make sure you check it out. It's in the link below. It is an affiliate link, so but I have tried it out and I think it's a great program. So if you want to try it out, go do that. And yeah, so those are the 3 main training tips when it comes to training by yourself. So you got the use of the heavy bag, shadowboxing, and strength and conditioning. Now I have 3 more tips that aren't necessarily training methods, but they're how to get the most out of the training methods that I just showed you. Number 1 is video yourself, like I'm doing right now, okay? I video myself all the time, whether I'm doing it live on Facebook or I'm doing it on YouTube or whatever. I'm usually just doing it for myself, so this way I can see or pinpoint the techniques and everything that I need to work on, because you might think you're throwing the kicks with perfect technique, turning your hips over, have good defense and all that kind of stuff. But once you see yourself on video, you're like, shit, maybe I don't look as good as I thought I did. So just strap it on, a tripod like I have right here. I'm using my cell phone. Everyone's got a cell phone and a camera now, so it's really easy to set it all up. Just video yourself, so this way you can see what areas of the game you need to work on and what things that you can improve on, and also to see what you're doing good at. And it's also a little bit added motivation. I don't know if it's for other people, but when I'm videoing myself, especially when I'm doing it like on Facebook Live or something, it gives me a little bit more motivation to work harder, because I know people are watching me, and I hate that I do that, because I wish I could just, well, I usually can work pretty hard by myself too, but it adds to it when I know people are watching me and probably critiquing everything that I'm fucking doing, right? But so video yourself. The second thing is surround yourself with other like-minded people online, and one of the best places to do that is, I don't know, Knock Muay Nation. What's up? And this is this is a plug for it, because it's awesome, and we have a whole Facebook group of trainers, fighters, coaches, and just passionate students in Knock Muay who are all really motivated and driven to improve their training technique. And the fact that we're all surrounded with each other, we're able to encourage each other, pass on constructive criticism to each other. So this way we're all able to improve. So you can post your video to all your Knock Muay brothers and sisters in Knock Muay Nation, and they can give you some feedback on what you can improve on and what you can do better. So that's another great thing, because it holds you more accountable. It gives you other trainers and coaches that you might not have in your area, like you said, and it just gives you the motivation that you need to maybe work a little bit harder. And last but not least is to create some type of training routine or regimen or progression, more or less. So this way, it's not just you're winging it every single day. You have like a 10 to 12 week, or maybe 8 week, 4 week, it doesn't matter. Just some type of long-term program to follow. So this way, you can hold yourself more accountable. When you write down a schedule of what you got to do this week, it's much more likely you're gonna do that stuff. And even if you fail a couple times in regards to like skipping a workout or something, chances are you're gonna do a lot more than if you didn't write anything down. So I'm a big proponent of this, and I usually write out all my weekly workouts, like what I'm gonna be doing, what I'm gonna be focusing on. So for instance, like today's Monday, I wake up in the morning, I run 4 miles, and then in the afternoon, I'll do my Muay Thai training. If I'm doing myself without any training partners and stuff, I'll do like 10 minutes of jump rope, followed by 3 rounds of shadowboxing. During the shadowboxing, I'll make note that I want to focus on my southpaw and my defense. So this way I'm really focused and intentional with my techniques and what I'm trying to do. And then with the heavy bag, I'll do 5 3-minute rounds on the heavy bag, where I'm focusing again on southpaw and defense, and then I'll move into a light strength and conditioning workout and stretching. And then Tuesday, maybe in the morning I'll do active recovery with some yoga, and then the afternoon I'll do this similar thing, but I'll shift over to a different focus. So instead of doing southpaw defense, I'll do more aggressive, forward-moving, orthodox power punching, maybe. So this way I just have specific things I want to work on and improve on. So this way there's not just going through the motions. I'm not all over the place. I'm really trying to pinpoint on certain techniques or tactics that I know that I can just improve on and implement into my overall game later on. So this all comes down to, being able to hold yourself accountable. It's really hard, but that's the beauty of Muay Thai and combat sports. It all comes down to the individual, really, and how much you want it. So you really have to just be motivated and kind of pump yourself up. I'm a big fan of mantras and like positive sayings and positive thinking, so make sure you're doing that whenever you can. And yeah, I'll be coming out, speaking of which, this all kind of comes full circle. So we'll talk about the heavy bag, shadowboxing, creating a program, surrounding yourself with a passionate community. I'm creating the Heavy Bag Blueprint 2.0, and if you're familiar with the Heavy Bag Blueprint, the original version, it was pretty great, not gonna lie, and we've sold like 1,000 copies. It's definitely the most popular course that I have, because it's a progression and gives you the techniques and workouts and drills you need to get the most out of your heavy bag training sessions. Well, Heavy Bag Blueprint 2.0 is like taking it up to the next level. There's over 100 combinations and techniques, 30 drills, and 20 workouts. And all these workouts, drills, and combos are all periodized or in a progression. So I have like 4, 8, and 12 week programs that you can follow that will help you reach whatever goals you have, whether it's sharpening your techniques, improving your kicks, improving your conditioning. The list goes on and on. But we have so much cool stuff coming out with the Heavy Bag Blueprint 2.0. Make sure you just keep your eye out for that. Go to heavybagblueprint.com if you want to find out more about the original one. The 2.0 version should be coming out in a few months, I would say, once I finish up doing everything. But that went on a lot longer than I was expecting to, but hopefully that covered a little bit of everything and gave you some ideas in regards to what you should be doing as a self-taught martial artist. Reading books like Lawrence Kenshin's ebook, and just like really immersing yourself in all things Muay Thai and all things kickboxing is going to help you improve your fight IQ, improve your training IQ, so you know what type of things to be training. And yeah, check out heattrick.com for strength and conditioning specific tips and training methods, and of course Muay Thai Guy and Nakamura Nation for more training methods and tips as well. So thanks again, Jose. I shot you over a shirt, so hopefully you got that. If you or anyone else has more questions in regards to Muay Thai, it doesn't matter what it is, shoot it in to Sean@NakamuraNation.com. You get a free t-shirt or a tank top so you could show your muscles off, and you also get featured on this Muay Thai Monday session that I got going every time. And quick note, I'm also taking a little bit more time off, so we'll only be doing 2 videos a week, but we have a bunch of new content coming out, a bunch of new writers on Muay Thai Guy as well, so it's gonna be sweet. So thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you next week.